Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are working on episode 2 of our Forsaken series. This is where we are building an abandoned zoo. So if you didn't check out the first video, there's going to be a little card up in the right hand corner there for you. So you can go ahead and check that out so you can see how we built the entrance there in a little parking lot. And I did end up building onto the parking lot on stream, so you can check out photos of that on my Twitter at HaleyPG. And if you want to go follow my Twitch, I built some pretty cool stuff on there too. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started with this video. So we are building a critter cave. So I've wanted to do this for a while now. I saw like the roots that they have in the little nature, in the little foliage area. They have like these roots that just come out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, how cool would it be if you built like some sort of underground cave thing and there were just these roots coming out. So that was the thought process and how I wanted to get started with this little area. So I call it the critter cave because we do have little critters in there. So this is a little exhibit hall sort of thingamajig. So we do end up making it smaller because it's a little bit big. So I do go back and make it a little bit smaller so it doesn't look too big and open. So I kind of wanted the entrance to kind of look like a little mine shaft. So that's what we have with these little logs, wood pieces here, kind of an opening for a little shaft. And then we do put some of these sticks throughout the inside to make it kind of look like it's holding the cave up. So I thought that was a cute little detail that we added there. So really most of this is a lot of rock work. Because I really wanted this to kind of be like a rocky cave. And I know I'm using, I believe it's temperate. Yeah, I think it's temperate rocks, but we're in a tropical environment. So I know I used a different rock, but I think it turned out okay. Yeah, here I spelled critter instead of critter. Yeah, I cannot spell like at all. But here we're just kind of making this little sign for the entrance of the cave here. And I really like using those metal pieces that you can find in the sign area to like hold the sign together so it's not just like random floating letters. It's a nice little touch there. And I really liked this idea. I saw it was Paulsley and Zoofluencer. They are doing this in their collaboration zoo where they kind of place, I believe they're using plaster. I think I use plaster too, just because you can use it and make it any color you want. So you kind of do that to make the pathways look better than just the normal pathway. So you kind of just remove the, what is it, like the little side, the side thing? I can't think of what it is. And you just put that over it so that you can make the paths look wider than what they are, or just to blend them in and make things look a lot nicer. Yes, so this sign right here, I did take that from the Steam Workshop. Let me see, who's that from? All right, so that is from Ultrae Vires. I will put a link in the description below. So I really wanted the entrance of the cave to be kind of like, oh, don't enter, spooky, rocks falling, like don't enter type of thing. And so I wanted to find a sign that said like do not enter, but like nothing looked like what I wanted it to look like. So I did find that sign. I was like, oh, we can use that. And then here I tried to make my own sign, and so I was gonna like try and write out like do not enter, but then I realized it just wasn't gonna work. And then I was like, oh, maybe I can make like a little skull and crossbones, but that was not gonna work either. So then I found this and I was like, oh, I can just use that. And I just need to make this square a little bigger. So that's what I did. And I thought the sign turned out pretty nice. I mean, the sign's like kind of large, but if you think about it, has anyone ever actually seen like a stop sign when it's not like up on the stop sign? It's like huge. Like when it's just like just laying on the ground, they're just huge. So I'm like, that would make sense. This is a little big. If you like hang it up somewhere and it's like do not enter type thing. I don't know. That was just my thought. So here, just kind of adding those benches again, and some planters because I want to try and keep a theme and make everything kind of blend together and not like just random pieces here and there. So I'm trying to stick with the same few pieces so that it all kind of blends together there. And again, with these fences, I will use these fences a lot. I'm not sure how I feel about like the vibrant red, because I wanted them red so they had like the little rustic look to them. But they look better once you throw the ivy on them, which I think I forgot to do. I don't know. I like get distracted. I started working on one thing and then I'm like, ooh, that'd be cool if I did this. So then I start doing something else and I'm like, oh wait, I should do this right here too. And then I forget what I initially started with. But I love throwing these little bush trees into rocks like that. So it looks like there's a whole bunch of like grass and twigs and stuff popping out of the rocks. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, again, just more elephant grass just everywhere. That's kind of the vibe we're going for with this abandoned zoo. Just to make it look like super unkept and that it's been abandoned for a while. So the elephant grass is a big help there. And it really helps if you like layer them like in different sizes together. I think it looks pretty cool. So that was basically the outside of the cave. So now we're working on the inside, which I feel like it was more of a pain than it needed to be. I don't know why. I just like couldn't figure out how to set things. But in the end, I think it turned out all right. Nothing crazy. Again, this isn't like a very elaborate build. It's kind of chill, just relaxed. And I'm very excited for the next episode though. So I don't know if I mentioned it in the last episode, in the first episode. So my idea for this zoo is I want animals to look like they've escaped. So like bears, tigers, wolves. I want it to look like they're running around the zoo. Like they've escaped their cages, their habitats, and they're just running amok around the zoo. So like I really want to get this to work out. So my thought was I can build like null barriers and possibly make it work. I think I can make it work. But then, because I still want this to be a functioning zoo, I was thinking I can have the guests walk through like the old habitats, like the ones that the animals escaped from. So I'm very excited about that. So that will be the next episode. They will be walking through the crocodile habitat, and I will hopefully be able to put the crocs in their escaped area. I don't know how to like differentiate between the two. So like you have their original habitat and then they have the escaped habitat, I guess. Yeah, so their OG habitat is what the people will be walking through. And then the escaped habitat, I don't know, we'll figure it out as we go. But I think it's gonna turn out really cool. So I'm like super pumped about it. Yeah, so again, here we're just placing rocks everywhere. And I mean, it's pretty simple, just like a circular little critter cave. And I forget what critters I do put in here. I think it was kind of just random. I wanted ones that were all in the tropical vibe, so that all of their enclosures looked the same. So that's what we did there. And I did cut all that out because I went through and I added some of the different, like, not enrichment, I can't think of what it's called whenever you have to place certain like rocks and stuff in the exhibits, but I did go through and do that. I just cut it out. I didn't think it was worth what y'all wanted to see me just go through and do all that. So this is going to be the entrance of the crocodile habitat, the OG one. So I make a sign and it says like staff entrance only, but like the guests are gonna walk through there. And I really like what I did, and I don't know if it's believable or not, but I had these doors kind of like fall in, like they were pushed open and broken into. So I thought that was pretty cool. So let me know if you thought that was cool, because I thought it was. And then so my thought was this is going to be like maybe where the staff puts the crocodiles at night when they have to go inside and go to sleep. So that's going to be that, and then they'll actually walk through the habitat, the actual crocodile's habitat, but the crocodiles won't be in there. So maybe we'll have something. We'll have something going on, because I want them to be able to walk through it, but like maybe also look at something. But we'll see. Oh, okay, so I'm in love with putting just these blue lights everywhere. I don't know why. I just think when they're outside, like not in this cave, I think it makes it look like the moon is like shining on this area. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. But then once we close the cave, it kind of reminds me of like the movie Avatar, like with the blue people and everything's like blue and like glowy and lights and stuff. That's what this like little cave reminds me of. I was like, ooh, that's kind of fun. So that's what I think it looks like. And I do add those all along the perimeter there. And I will show, you'll be able to see it better in the cinematics at the end. Oh yeah, so here's where I actually put the, no, just kidding. I already put all the animals in, but I'm trying to cover up these education boards because I want them there, but I don't want them to just be boring little blocks. So, I mean, they're still boring little blocks, but they have some rocks around them. So I think that makes them a little less boring, I guess. Kind of like they're just built into this cave type of situation here. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee real quick. So tasty. No, I'm crazy. I decided at 7:30 at night, I think I want a cup of coffee. So I made a cup of coffee. I wanted something tasty to drink. And we don't have anything besides water. I didn't want water. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have a cup of coffee. So I did it, you know? That's the one thing about being an adult. If you want something, you can kind of just go get it. Like I wanted chocolate cake once, and my boyfriend and I just went to the store and bought a whole chocolate cake. Because we can. It's like I don't have a mom to say like, oh, you can't eat a whole cake, blah, blah, blah. But we did. We ate a majority of that cake in, no, we ate the whole cake in like less than 24 hours. It was psycho. But yeah, so there I did put those little beams around. So once I do enclose the cave, those will actually blend in and it look pretty cool. So again, I brought some elephant grass around and I did put those benches in here as well. And those benches aren't usable. I just like the way they make things look. It actually just makes it look a little better. Because in a cave or really anywhere in the zoo, you would have benches. But because of how I have the path, the benches that I want to use don't lay right. So these ones are just gonna be what we use. But yeah, so here you can see a little bit of the nighttime. But oh yeah, whenever I covered up the top, it like messed up my little cool little thingies here. I don't know what they are, but like when I look at pictures, those are always there. So I wanted to keep those in there. And I know it's kind of dark to see. So yeah, there we go. We turn the lights back on. But here I'm adding the roots, and I kind of think I want to add some more because it looks like just a random bunch. And I think it'd look a little bit nicer if I threw more in there. But I don't know. So here I am adding more of these blue lights just because I think they're so fun. And now we're on to the lights outside to light outside to light up the critter cave. And it doesn't light it up too bright, but that's fine. How are they even getting electricity? Technically, I don't think there should be any lights because it's abandoned. And I guess if it's all solar panel, oh, you know what? Maybe that's what I have to do. Make sure everything is solar panels. Like I can't go and get any other type of energy maker. Yeah, so these are the cinematics. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I am very excited about this series and I hope you are too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out when I post the next episode. So thanks for hanging out with me and I will see you next time. Bye!